Tool time. Calibrate tools and DIY. Back at you guys. How you guys doing? Guys coming in a little later. Guys in the replay. Um, how you guys doing as well? Hope everybody's doing okay. Did everybody read the title? It says Calibrate Ultimate Utility Bag. Fathers are important. Well, the reason I titled it that is because one, um, Father's Day is coming up. If you guys didn't know that, and two, I'm going to promote the Calibrate Ultimate Utility Bag like I do every now and then on the live. It's my duty to promote what I have to offer you guys. Okay, so Father's Day is coming up, and it's funny. Earlier this week, I asked a couple of people, "Hey, what are you guys getting your dad for Father's Day? What are you getting your father for Father's Day?" It was two young ladies actually. I asked this question. These weren't older ladies; these were young ladies. Okay, probably in, I would say, early 20s, and I was very disappointed with the answer that I got when I asked them that question. uh, the first young lady didn't even really answer me at all. She kind of stayed quiet, and I said, "Hey, must not have been a good dad or something like that." And she was like, "Yeah, it's not just me; it's the whole family." So I was like, "Oh, okay." Well, and I kind of left it alone. Then I went and I asked another young lady. Happened to be in the course of my day. I ran into another young lady and I asked her the same question. She gave a similar answer, and I was like, "Man, that's a shame. That's a shame." Didn't ask anybody else um, about their father. No young ladies, but it really made me think. Right, um, if they had a good relationship with their dad, then those answers would have probably been different. Because what I was going to tell them is, "Hey, look, I got something that you can offer you or give your dad for Father's Day." But because those answers were like were not positive at all, I kind of left it alone, right? Because it could be a touchy subject for a lot of people when they're talking about familial relationships, right? It's a lot of stuff that happens in families. Um, could be a lot of destructive uh, marks made by family members toward each other, whether it's parent to child, sibling to sibling, whatever. But yeah, so it really made me think how important those relationships are and how it can affect, especially a young lady's life, right? If she doesn't have a good relationship with her father, right, it could affect her choice in the type of person that she gets involved with. All kinds of things could happen, right? Um, so yeah, so that was a pretty interesting uh, realization. I mean, of course, I knew this already, but to actually hear it come out of just an innocent question I'm asking them, and they were like, "Okay." Um, but so I'm going to dedicate this live to the fathers out there who are actually there for their families. They're doing what they have to do, whether paying the bill, whatever they're doing, whatever they have, whatever impact that they're having on their family that's positive. I'm gonna dedicate this one to you. And if you guys have a dad out there that you haven't been in communication with for a while, you might want to think about, hey, maybe this is the time to heal that relationship. Or I know some relationships aren't necessarily um, easy easy to mend, but if they get damaged, but it's always worth a try. It's always worth a try. So anyway, guys, enough of my rambling on about that. Um, I do have an offering for you guys. It's called the Calibrate Ultimate Utility Bag, and this will be a great Father's Day gift. You know, it's a great gift for anybody, really, right? Um, if you're into DIY, home improvement, things like that, it's always this particular gift. I serve the real estate industry as well. I provide realtors with closing gifts and stuff like that. But I also offer this to you know just to the public as well. So I have a sale going on, 30% off. Okay, if you gonna be the first to go in there and grab it, you get a 30% discount on it. So it brings it down to about 130 bucks, something like that. And yeah, it's a great deal. I mean, a great deal. I would call it a steal. And you know, you can't lose with that. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and switch screens. Let me share a screen so I can show you what I'm talking about here. Present share screen. Got to get used to all this stuff. Let's see here. All right. There it is right there, guys. All you have to do is go to CALIBER8.com, check it out. CALIBER8 Ultimate Utility Bag has some great items in there for you. And let me go to this other screen here and show you guys. Let me see if I can switch out this right here. This is where you would apply the coupon code right here, guys. Right where it says coupon code, just put the word dad in there and you get 30% off. Okay, you get 30% off. It's a great deal. And I don't see why any of you guys wouldn't want that. Okay. Yeah. So let me see if I can go back to the screen here. Hold on a second. Okay. There we go. So I was actually doing some research, and a lot of households, believe it or not, don't even have power tools in them. So the millennials, those millennials, they aren't as handy as the baby boomers were, right? For whatever reason, they're not. They have less knowledge when it comes to fixing things, doing things around the home, and that may explain some of the angst that women feel when they don't have a male in the house that's not somewhat handy with tools. Okay, listen to this. The survey reported that millennial dads aren't as skilled around the house as their own dads are. Okay, 54% of millennials said they could reset a circuit breaker compared to 85% of the previous generation. You know how easy it is to reset a circuit breaker? You just got to open up the thing, flip the switch, and you're done. That dropped, as far as knowledge of how to do that, dropped about 30% in a generation. Why is that, guys? Why are dads not as handy as their predecessors? It says just 65% can unclog a sink or toilet. 65% of men can unclog a sink or toilet. That's a pretty abysmal stat. That's an abysmal stat. So the other, 35%, what can they do? What if you can't unclog a sink or toilet? What can you do? The previous generation was 86%, but even that's kind of like, where's the other 14%? Even the previous generation, there was 14% of males or dads that couldn't even do that. And that, really, that's very, very interesting. Okay. So according to this article, it says what's causing the shift? What's causing this shift from a generation of handymen? The average dad was a handyman versus now. Is it convenience of being able to call somebody in, or what's going on here? Well, according to the article, it says, I think a lot of the difference between the handiness of millennials and boomers can be explained by home ownership numbers. Okay. So what are they saying? Less people own homes now, more people are renting. So that would explain the disparity in, being able to do normal repairs around the house or fix, Mr. Fix-It type jobs, projects. Yeah, I guess if you're renting, you're gonna call you're gonna call the landlord. You're gonna call the landlord versus if you have your own home, you're gonna be responsible for that yourself. So it makes sense. That does make sense. See, there's always an answer to things. It says not only are millennials changing, but the products we are using have changed as well. Uh, for example, in terms of changing tires, a 2017 AAA survey showed that 1/3 of new models did not come with a spare tire. That's because more cars have run flats. If you guys don't know what a run flat is, those are tires that um, you can run on them even when they're flat for a little while, okay? Until you get to a gas station or something like that. Fuel economy is more important, and it makes the car slightly cheaper to produce. So, in other words, the average person today, if run flats are more prevalent out there in the world in the auto industry, then you can drive on a flat to a gas station or something like that and have somebody fix it for you. So even changing a tire, something as simple as that. Okay, I don't want to call it. It's not simple for everybody, but something as basic as that we all experience a flat tire. I don't care who you are. Yeah, the millennials today are not even having to worry about that because the cars today are equipped with, the technology has improved on tires. So in a sense, technology really makes you lazy, really in that sense, right? Why own a cordless drill when you're renting and you can call your landlord to take care of something? Yeah. So, guys, just go get the CALIBER8 Ultimate Utility bag for your dad, for yourself. Has some basic tools in there that you can use around the house. And it's not just for dads, it's for moms, it's for um, kids as well. Basic tools. We all should be proficient at them. That's why I created this channel, guys. All right. You don't necessarily need to raid the aisles of Home Depot to equip your home. Okay. He's saying, I'm reading this article. Recommend things like an adjustable wrench, a screwdriver, with interchangeable heads, a hammer, tape measure, flashlight. And even if it seems overwhelming, or if you don't have a lot of home improvement or DIY projects, you can get away with even less tools. A nice multi-tool, and they suggest a brand, but I suggest the brand that I have for you on CALIBER8.com. And that's also inside the Ultimate Utility bag. And that should cover, most of the repairs, major repairs, outside of having a plunger and stuff like that, or a snake drain. I don't have that in the bag. But the basic essentials that I just mentioned there is in the CALIBER8 Ultimate Utility bag. Okay. Let's see here. So yeah, guys, ask your dad. Ask your dad. I mean, if you have the type of dad that's not a handy person, they always have to call somebody, or maybe even, I've run across people where the mom is the handy person. The mom is the one that does all the DIY projects, the fix it and repairs around the house. And yeah, believe it or not, that's more common than you would think. Paragirl Life Notes. How you doing? We have the ability of paying for services, so no longer have uncles and and dads. Yeah, to show us. I hear you, Paragirl Life Notes. Yeah, times have changed, haven't they? Haven't they? And once again, that's why I created this channel, to kind of bridge that gap. Because as a young person, I always wanted to know how to do things myself. And I had a father that pretty much did things himself. He didn't hire construction workers to build things. You know, he built walls, he did this, he did that. I'm not saying he did everything, but he did a lot of things that the average construction worker could do. And he was, you know, he was an accountant, right? He was a bean counter, as they say, but he still had that knowledge. He still had that knowledge how to use his hands, right? And I think that's a lost art. That is a lost art, especially in certain communities. My community, for example, the African American community, I think it's a lost art. Now there are a few people that carry on the tradition of teaching their kids a trade, a skilled trade, and I think that's great. I think that's great because at the end of the day, you could have all the college degrees in the world, but who's going to build your offices? Who's going to build your homes, right? So they're just as important as anybody with a PhD, as far as I'm concerned. Yeah. So, guys, take advantage of this toolkit that I have for you guys. Tool bag. It's a simple tool bag, has all the essentials in it for you, and you know, great. You're gonna get a great deal, 30% off. 30% off, guys. Let's see here. Okay, guys. I didn't come on here to talk too long tonight, just to do some shameless self-promotion and let you know that this is out here as an offering. Like I said, Father's Day is coming up. It'll be a great gift for your loved one. Okay. See you guys in the replay, and you guys have a good night. Take care.